Well, good evening, everybody. This is your host, Mason Sims, and welcome to another episode of our show. So, those of you that attended the Easley City Council meeting last Monday, I spoke about something that was brought to my attention from a citizen who's actively involved in the community and once served on the mayoral advisory board last year. There was a lot that I had to speak about, so unfortunately, it was going to take more than the 3 minutes I had to speak. So tonight I'm going to give you the full explanation or full detail of what I was going to say at the meeting. So again, my name is Mason Sims, and let's get started. So pretty much to recap on what I had said at the city council meeting this past Monday night was that it was brought to my attention that a person who has been a lifelong supporter of Mayor Talbert was recently removed from the Mayor Advisory Board back in December, this past year, for the reason being that he or she wanted their application removed from the City of Easley archive. And just before I get started, I just want to give you full disclosure that some of this may come off as, let's say, gossip or hearsay. But I will say that the sources I got this from were very reliable, and they're not people known to, cause drama or stir up the pot. So I believe this information was really serious because they're loyal supporters of Mayor Talbert. So I just wanted to make sure that I got this out there before I continue. So basically what happened is this person had interest in serving on the Planning Commission beginning January of last year, which is the beginning of Mayor Talbert's term. And Mayor Talbert had mentioned to this person that he or she would be a good fit and would have her support for that position. But since that position was not going to be voted on until the fall later on that year, this person, Mayor Talbert, had told this person to serve on the Mayor Advisory Board for the time being and apply later on in the fall. So this person had agreed to it. So that's what happened for the next few months. So pretty much when that time came about to apply and get approved for the Planning Commission, the mayor had advised this person that the city administrator and herself being Mayor Talbert, has voted on that person for the Planning Commission, and the City Council would then say yes or no to that person in the next meeting. So I believe, based on what I've heard, this is where some of the tension was drawn. So this person I'm sure, and I've seen the messages, seems like this person had addressed it in the most respectful way possible. This person has said, shouldn't the city council have the power to have more than one applicant or be able to vote on more than one applicant that's applied for that position? And that's actually what happened. I mean, there were several people that had applied for the Planning Commission. I'm not exactly sure of the number, but basically from what I heard is the city administrator and Mayor Talbert had gone through all of the people that applied for the Planning Commission, and they had selected the one they believed would be the most qualified for that position, and then the city council would vote on that person based on who the mayor and the city administrator selected. And although that the mayor and the city administrator probably does have the power to do this, it's believed this person had felt hurt because there were several good qualified candidates that had submitted their application for the Planning Commission. And also Councilwoman Donna Rainey and also Councilman Justin Alexander had made a motion to have a work session to go through all the ones who had applied for the Planning Commission board, and then be able to vote on it from there who they would think would be the most qualified. So that's really, and there's other things too that this person has not gone into depth with me about. But this person believes that he or she was removed from the Mayor Advisory Board based on challenging her on this, as far as selecting somebody for the Planning Commission before the city council had voted on. So there's that. And another thing that I wanted to make sure that I bring out to, or that brings to your attention tonight, is that everyone, at least that's what I've heard, everyone on the city council those that are on the mayor advisory board does not have to submit an application in order to be able to serve on that board, on the mayor advisory board. So the person who was recently removed, he or she was a little bit confused by that, because that person was wondering why he had to be removed, because he or she wanted the application removed. So the other question that this person has is, why is this person being held to, say, like a different standard than the other members on the advisory board? Because those people do not have an application on file. So that's pretty much all that I wanted to bring up at the meeting this past Monday. I know some of this may sound confusing, so if you have any questions about this, just feel free to send me a message, private message, or comment on my Facebook or YouTube page, just so I can clarify any confusion that you may have. So anyway, that's what happened. And again, just let me know if you have any questions based on what was said. Another thing that I wanted to mention too is that several citizens have expressed concerns they would like to be able to comment on the City of Easley's YouTube page after each meeting is released on the YouTube channel. And the reason that being is, not everybody can attend the meeting in person, and they want to be able to have their voices heard. So that was another thing that I was going to mention at this past meeting. So, and I know that Mayor Talbert has mentioned that these meetings are not a town hall, and I do respect that. I do. And I've also had reached out to her, which actually yesterday, I've reached out to her too about maybe having her, Ken Roper, Senator Rex Rice have a town hall at the library. That way that they can interact with the community and answer any questions that they have about that. So hopefully I do get to hear back from some of them in the near future about doing a town hall. But anyway, citizens have expressed concerns that they wanted to be able to comment on the YouTube page after each meeting is released on the YouTube channel. And I'm guessing maybe some of the reasons why it's not on there is because people may leave something that's, say, like threatening and not appropriate on the YouTube channel. But I believe as long as you have someone monitoring it, you should be good to go. Because, if people do post stuff that's, like threatening or inappropriate, you can always report those comments. And that way, you can filter out the good comments from the bad ones. So that was the only thing I was going to mention, is that there are several supporters of Mayor Talbert and also lifelong citizens of Easley that expressed interest in being able to leave comments on the City of Easley's YouTube page. So that's really all I wanted to mention, and that's really all that I wanted to mention at the City of Easley meeting. So if you have any questions, feel free to send me a private message or comment on my Facebook and YouTube page. Thank you. And that concludes our show for this evening. If you have not already, feel free to click like, share, and subscribe on our YouTube channel for further updates, and also follow our Facebook page as well. I hope that everybody has had a wonderful work week so far, and next week is still to be determined. I've reached out to several people to be guests on my show, so I'm still waiting on a response from them. Also, I do plan in the next week or so to do more interviews. Next one will be out in downtown Greenville to discuss local issues that are going on in that city. So thank you again for watching, and good night to all, and God bless America. Thank you.